Hello everyone and welcome to the lecture on Introduction to Big Data Analysis. My name is Devrat Khare and I am Assistant Professor in the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science from BBD University, Lucknow. Today I am going to give you a brief introduction on big data analysis, and we will discuss what actually is big data and how we are going to analyze the data using big data. So, for the understanding of big data, we must have the understanding of data first. So, we will start our lecture with some knowledge on data. So, what exactly is a data? Data are characteristics or information, usually numerical, that are collected through observation. Data is measured, collected, and reported and analyzed, whereupon it can be visualized using graphs, images, or other analysis tools. So basically, we can say that data is a kind of a particular information which are collected through various observations, and we can also define data as a measured, collected, and reported and analyzed, whereupon it can be visualized using graphs, images, or other analysis tools. The quantities, characters, or symbols on which operations are performed by a computer, which may be stored and transmitted in the form of electrical signals and recorded on magnetic, optical, or mechanical recording media. So basically, we can say a data is an estimate through which we can define a particular quantity, a particular symbol, or we can also uh, reflect how we are going to use that particular data for various other observations. So now moving towards big data. So our topic is introduction to big data analysis. So first of all, we must be aware of the popular definitions of big data. So the term has been in use since the 1990s, with some giving credit to John Massey for popularizing the term. So basically, big data was introduced by the scientist named John Massey in the early 1990s. So big data usually includes data sets with sizes beyond the ability of commonly used software tools to capture, analyze, manage, and process data within a tolerable elapsed time. So basically, big data can be referred to as data sets with sizes beyond the ability of commonly used software tools to capture, analyze, manage, and process data within a tolerable elapsed time. So, as the name big data, big here refers to the voluminous data. So, big data philosophy encompasses unstructured, semi structured, and structured data. However, the main focus is on unstructured data. So, if we are talking about the big data, then we have the aspect and we have the basic understanding on the unstructured data. A 2018 definition states big data is where parallel computing tools are needed to handle data. And notes, this represents a distinct and clearly defined change in the computer science used via parallel programming theories and losses of some of the guarantees and capabilities made by Codd's relational model. So this was the basic definition given in the year 2018. The big data is where parallel computing tools are needed to handle data. Then big data is a field that treats ways to analyze, systematically extract information from or otherwise deal with data sets that are too large or complex to be dealt with by traditional data processing application software. So here we are comparing the big data technology with the relational, or you can say traditional data processing application software such as DBMS. So there is a contrasting difference between the traditional data processing application software and the big data softwares. So now we are moving to the features of big data. So here we are talking about various features which upgrade the technology of big data. So first feature is it refers to a massive amount of data that keeps on growing exponentially with time. So we can see that uh, as the term big data, we are having massive amount of data which keeps on growing exponentially with time. Next feature is it is so voluminous in nature that it cannot be processed or analyzed using conventional data processing techniques such as I told you, such as DBMS, right? So here we have huge, or you can say voluminous amount of data through which we cannot be able to analyze that particular data using DBMS or RDBMS. The third feature is that it includes data mining, data storage, data analysis, data sharing, and data visualization techniques. So these are the various techniques through which a big data gets and it reflects the uh, advantages of big data. The term is an all-comprehensive one, including data, data frameworks, along with the tools and techniques used to process and analyze the data. So these are the various features of big data that makes it different from traditional processing softwares, and uh, as we are able to understand these features, we are concluding that we are studying about big data, which will play a very important role in the upcoming research methodology and frameworks. So now we are going to talk on some examples of big data. So as you can see, we have some real life examples. The New York Stock Exchange generates about 1 terabyte of new trade data per day. The statistic shows that 500 plus terabytes of new data get ingested into the databases of social media site Facebook every day. This data is mainly generated in terms of photo and video uploads, message exchanges, putting comments, etc. So we are all living in a digital world, and we also know that we are using several social media websites such as Facebook, Twitter, Google. So and we are having the voluminous amount of data generating per day. A single jet engine can generate 10 plus terabytes of data in 30 minutes of flight time. With many thousand flights per day, generation of data reaches up to many petabytes. So these are the various examples, or you can say real life examples, that depict big data technology. Then we are moving on to the types of big data. So basically there are three types of big data, which are as follows: structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. So we are going to study one by one type of big data. And as I told you in the earlier segment, that if we are talking about big data, then we will focus on the unstructured part, or you can say unstructured type of big data. So let's begin our types of data. First type of data is structured. So structured is one of the types of big data, and by structured data we mean data that can be processed, stored and retrieved in a fixed format. It refers to highly organized information that can be readily and seamlessly stored and accessed from a database by simple search engine algorithms. So, as we can also understand from the name itself, structured means that we are having a fixed format for the process or the information to be stored or retrieved in a kind of a structured or a fixed format. For instance, the employee table in a company database will be structured as the employee details, their job positions, their salaries, etc. will be present in an organized manner. So this is a real life example of structured type of big data, where the information is structured in a fixed format and it can be stored and retrieved within the particular fixed format. Now moving to the next type of big data, that is unstructured. So this is the main crucial part which is related to big data. Why? Because when we are talking about big data, we will be having an unstructured type of big data through which we will be dealing, and we will extract the information from those particular uh, data. So unstructured data refers to the data that lacks any specific form or structure whatsoever. This makes it very difficult and time consuming to process and analyze unstructured data. So here we are not having any fixed format for storing or retrieving the data. Here we are not having the fixed format. For that, we will depict the unstructured type of big data with the help of an example. Email is an example of unstructured data. Structured and unstructured are two important types of big data. So here email can be a reference for unstructured data. Why? Because an email can contain source of images, source of videos, source of audios, which are not in a proper or you can say which are not in a fixed format. So another example of unstructured big data can be a typical example of unstructured data is a heterogeneous data source containing a combination of simple text files, images, videos, etc. So as we have discussed, we are not having any fixed format for the retrieval or storing of the data, and we have the combination of various text files, images and videos which are not structured properly. So we will focus mainly on the unstructured part of the big data. But these both structured and unstructured are the major types, or you can say major important types of big data. So moving on to the third type of big data, that is semi-structured. And as you can see, the name itself reveals that semi-structured means we are having some portion of the structured data and we are also having the some portion of unstructured data. So semi-structured is the third type of big data. Semi-structured data pertains to the data containing both the formats mentioned above, that is structured and unstructured data. To be precise, it refers to the data that, although has not been classified under a particular repository database, yet contains vital information or tags that segregate individual elements within the data. So we can say that some part of structured and some part of unstructured data has been taken into consideration, and this type of data is considered as semi-structured type of big data. And here we are we might be we will be having some portion of structured data and some portion of, and that means we can say it is a combination of structured and unstructured data. So these are all the three types of big data through which we will be dealing. But mostly we will be dealing with the unstructured type of big data, and it plays a very important role in defining the aspects of big data. So now moving on to the characteristics of big data. So what do you mean by characteristics of big data? Characteristic shows that how big data can be related so that each and every individual can understand the basic elements hidden behind the big data technology or big data analysis. So in 2001, a scientist named Gardner analyzed Dow Laney listed the three V's of big data, which are popularly known as variety, velocity, and volume. So the characteristics of big data are popularly known as three V's, that is variety, velocity, and volume. So we will discuss these characteristics one by one, starting with variety. Variety of big data refers to structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data that is gathered from multiple sources. So as we can see from the name itself, variety means we are having the information from various resources, and we are having a collection of all these data or records, and we are placing in a particular entity. While in the past, data could only be collected from spreadsheets and databases, today data comes in an array of forms such as emails, PDFs, photos, videos, audios, SM codes, and so much more. So variety is one of the most important characteristics of big data, because variety, as we can say that if we are dealing with the unstructured part of big data, then we will be having a various or multiple resources through which we are sharing the information, or we are storing the information, or we are retrieving the information. So we are having the information from the various resources, which are generally kept as variety, which shows the importance of this most important characteristic, which is related to big data. So moving on to the next characteristic of big data, that is velocity. So velocity essentially refers to the speed at which data is being created in real time. In a broader prospect, it comprises the rate of change, linking of incoming data sets at varying speeds and activity bursts. So velocity here refers to the speed at which the data is being created in real time. So here, if we talk about this particular characteristic of big data, that means we are generating the data at speed which is being created in real time. So here we are talking about how quickly the data that is being generated with the help of particular technologies, or you can say by the use of digital media. And now we are talking about the last characteristic, that is volume. So volume is one of the characteristics of big data. We already know that big data indicates huge volumes of data that is being generated on a daily basis from various sources like social media platforms, business processes, machines, networks, human interactions, etc. Such a large amount of data are stored in data warehouses. So the third characteristic, that is volume, shows how voluminous data are generated in a particular span of time, and how these data are stored and how we can process these particular data are reflected with the help of volume characteristic. So these are the most basic, or you can say popular characteristics which are related to big data, but we are having a huge set of characteristics of big data. So I think that you might have understood the basic elements or the basic requirements which are needed to understand the basics of big data, how we are analyzing the data, how we are using the particular data, and how we are managing that particular data by using big data analysis tools, and how the big data technology emerged as a recent trend in the technological advancement, because now we are having huge amount of research in this particular field. So thank you, and I hope that you might have the understanding clearly. Thank you.